Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. So, wake up. How are you guys doing today? How is your week going? The purpose of these Wake Up Wednesdays are to give us an opportunity to reinvigorate one another and to recalibrate around our plan. And the reason why we do that is because the week can naturally sometimes get away from us. You have people calling you have people booking time in your calendar when you're already double and triple booked. You have people pinging you on multiple chat systems. You have query systems you're responsible for answering to. You have people DMing you. And before you know it, you get to Wednesday midweek, you lift your head up and you say, I didn't get anything done. So we recharge, we reinvigorate one another, and we check against our GSD list, which is an outcome driven list for the purpose of making progress towards our plan. And if you're a list person like me and you like to cross off your to dos, but your to dos don't build towards an outcome, then what is really the point? What are you really doing? You're just crossing off meaningless to dos and going from meeting to meeting to meeting, and it turns into a blur, and you're not really working towards achieving your outcomes, which is part of your overall plan. So, welcome to Wake Up Wednesdays, guys, and wake up. I want to talk to you today about an article that I posted in the group chat entitled How to Manage Conflict and How to Navigate Conflict in Program Management. So, I'm just going to check my notes here, and we're going to talk about the top strategies for success. The number one question I get asked when I'm working with a new client or I'm working with a new team throughout the years, and I've been doing this for 15 to 20 years, I still get asked to this day, is Mark, how do you manage conflict? How can we manage conflict? How can we avoid this? How do we do this? How do we do that? People have been asking it for many years, and I work with people from all around the world, from some of the best companies around the world, and everyone is struggling with this. And I believe that everyone is struggling with this because leadership has not defined a clear vision, they have not set a strategy, they have not socialized that strategy consistently over time to make sure everyone understands it. And they haven't fostered an environment of collaboration. If I was the leader of your organization and I made it quite clear that this is what our end goal was, and this is how we're going to conduct ourselves, and this is how we're going to behave, people would follow suit. In the absence of that, I'm going to give you some strategies and techniques on what you can do to manage conflict in your project or in your product rollout. Okay, so we're going to talk about top 7 strategies, and I'm going to go through them as quickly as I can. If you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to give me a call. The number one tip is to set and maintain the frame. So, what does this mean? What this means is that regardless of the conflict, whether it's directed at you, whether it's directed at someone on your team, whether it's just in general across the overall program, if they're being passive aggressive, if they're being verbally aggressive, if they are creating roadblocks that are unnecessary, if they are providing viewpoints which may be of value but not in the right way, it is important that you lead by example and you always remain cool, calm, collected, professional, and respectful. Regardless of what they do, everyone is going to watch you as the program manager. They're going to observe your behavior in regards to how you react to these things, and they will follow suit. So maintain and set the frame regardless of what happens. The next is understand what emotional intelligence is, and that is to be self aware of your emotions and be self regulating of your emotions and be empathetic. Someone on the other side of the table that is being difficult, or they're attacking you, or they're attacking your team, they're coming from a place of fear. They're frustrated. Most likely, it has nothing to do with you, and it probably has to do with something that they dealt with in their past, or maybe even, excuse me, in their personal life. So regulate your emotions, excuse me, and be empathetic towards them. Be a human being. The third tip is promote open communication. You do this by actively listening to them, to inviting them to have a conversation, clarify misunderstandings, and encourage them to give you feedback. Okay, they can give you feedback in numerous ways. You can have anonymous feedback groups. They can call you on the phone. You can send them surveys. You can talk to them directly. In my personal opinion, the best way to elicit feedback is in a one-to-one setting, over coffee, where people can feel it's in a semi-casual business environment and they can sit down with a cup of coffee or a tea or a glass of water or something and just have an honest face-to-face conversation where they look you in the eye and you guys can communicate um, feedback. So that's promoting open communication. The fourth tip is to establish clear roles and responsibilities. So throughout the years, you guys hear me saying RACI. RACI is just a fancy acronym for who's responsible, who's accountable, who's consulted, and who's informed. Remember that when you lay that out, the more you can make things clear, the more you can make things black and white, the more you can avoid the gray areas, the less the probability that there will be conflict because it'll be very clear to everyone what they're responsible for versus what you and your team are responsible for, and make sure you keep that regulated update. You regularly update that. So generally speaking, in my offsites, once a quarter, every quarter, we will have the RACI as a particular page or slide to review to make sure everybody's on the same page. The next is fostering an environment that is built on collaboration. So how do you foster an environment that's built on collaboration, especially when you're not all physically sitting together? You're like me, and you're working with London, you're working with Asia, you're working with India, you're working with South America. I'm in New York, they're in California. So how do you create a collaborative environment with teams all over the globe in different time zones with different perspectives? You do that by using collaborative tools. So it's video conferencing like you and I are using right now. It's whiteboards that allow people to interact with the whiteboard anonymously. That allows introverts and extroverts. It's asking open-ended questions. And you have shared goals. Once again, you have shared goals that you have project management software in place that is transparent, that everyone can see. So you can say at the very least, well, at least we can agree we want to be here, right? This is our end goal, right? And maybe we're disagreeing on this, but we know that we want to be here. So foster a collaborative environment. The next and the sixth item on the list is implementing conflict resolution strategies. And this is basically driving by consensus and compromising. You cannot take the perspective as the program manager that your way is always going to be the best way, even if it is, even if your way is the best way, because you're coming from 10, 15, 20 years of experience, because you've done implementations like this in the past. You have to drive consensus. And driving consensus basically means you have the right stakeholder base in place and you allow them to vote, even if that's anonymous voting, if people don't feel comfortable. You allow people to vote, you try and steer them in the best direction possible. You give them options. You let them know what you believe the best option is. But ultimately, you drive consensus and you have to compromise. If the group wants to go in a different direction, you can advise them otherwise. You could potentially show them the risks and mitigation strategies you're going to need to have in the future, but it's driving consensus and compromising. So the seventh important, or one of the most important, last but not least, strategies and tips for navigating conflict is to understand the source of the conflict. So whether it's a particular person that's having conflict, a department, or a team, it is understanding where is that coming from. And I will tell you from firsthand, it is coming from a place of fear. They are afraid about something and it probably has nothing to do with you. It is probably based on their perception of something they have seen in the past, a project team that maybe wasn't collaborative, a project team that maybe didn't set the vision and the goals, a project team that overpromised and underdelivered. So you have to consistently communicate, these are our shared goals, this is the progress we're making, and to make sure that you give them an opportunity to feel safe and comfortable with you by consistently delivering for them. All right, so understanding where the source is. So ultimately, summarizing all of that by promoting open communication, establishing clear roles and responsibilities, fostering collaboration, implementing conflict resolution, developing emotional intelligence, and setting the frame and maintaining the frame regardless of what's happening, you will create an environment of collaboration, which is the goal. The goal is not better conflict management resolution strategies and for everyone in your project to be a great conflict manager. The goal is to have a collaborative environment where people feel safe and secure to actually work together to make us all better. Okay, guys, I hope you appreciated this opportunity to talk about the number one question I get asked, which is how do you manage conflict in programs? And I hope you took this opportunity to dial into Wake Up Wednesdays, to get back on plan towards your GSD list, to work towards your outcomes. So wake up. Let's continue to have the conversation. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime and hustle harder.